Hey guys, it's David, and I want to do a couple of things here. I'm going to try to do a series of videos just showing you how I use AI to give you different ideas on things that you can use. Today, I'm actually going to be doing something in Home Assistant. And if you're not familiar with Home Assistant is a home automation software that is open source. That means everybody and anybody can use it. It's not Apple, it's not Google, it's its own thing. And so you can use it just about anywhere and host it on your own device. So mine is on an old Mac Mini I have, like under my desk here somewhere, that just runs my home automation for me, and it doesn't rely on the internet. It doesn't rely on anything. So my internet can be down and it will still do all the automations and things that I want it to do. I got this idea from a post in the Home Assistant Facebook group from Leo. And Leo posted this about a week ago, and I just saw it today, and I was like, man, that is a pretty sweet looking dashboard. It's got a dashboard, an overview cutout of this house or this apartment with all the little buttons and whatever it is he wants them to do. And I was like, that's pretty sleek looking. I mean, that's a nice looking setup. So I thought to myself, how can I do that? Well, the easiest part is to just go into Claude Code and ask it to. So over here, I actually have this RV dashboard designed for a tablet. So I am doing this for my RV. I have a 2006 Holiday Rambler Endeavor. And basically I handed it that picture, that exact same picture, and said, hey, I wonder if you could make something like this for me, but for my RV. Make it in Home Assistant that doesn't look anything like the ones I've shown you before. The one I give you, call it Inspiration, the picture that I gave it. Cut away top of my RV, get it from the picture from the internet, put it in the middle, blah, blah, blah. And just I'm telling it lots of things to do. And then it just off and goes and does it. It does all this thinking and actions and running commands and stuff. And then it says, done, new dashboard is live. And so it made this dashboard. There it is on your local network. Here's how you can get to it. Nothing on my existing dashboards was touched, and I can compare it, and it tells me some stuff about it, right? It had some problems at first. Like there's this picture, I had all these configuration errors. So I just did a screen capture and I sent it to it, and said, biggest thing I see right now is on top of the image floor plan, there's a whole bunch of chips that say configuration error, right? And then what does it do? It's like, oh, you're right, fixed it. And I told it, oh, much better. So there was a few iterations in there, but let me show you what it made for me in not a lot of time. So in a little bit of time, we ended up with this, which is super cool. Let me show you what I had before. And I'm going to get to a phone version of it, but what I had before was this. This is what I made by hand. This is ugly. It's got time. It's got the porch light. It's got the RV door lock unlock. There's a Govee rope light in the bedroom. I'll talk about these here in just a second. And then some other temperature and humidity sensors in the forecast. And there's a light over my desk, which gets really bright. I don't use it that much. And then some people cards, which actually tell us, if we're home or away, how much battery we have on our phone. It's pretty cool. I'll show you something else for those in a minute. But here's the ugly part, right? So in the winter, we use space heaters. We plug them in, and when it's summer, we put them up and just put them in a container in a storage place somewhere. But in the winter, we actually have these Govee temperature sensors. One in the forward part of the RV in the living room, one in the bedroom area. And it would read those, and based on what that temperature said, I had a smart plug that would turn the space heaters on or off. So that was pretty cool. And then I had air conditioner controls for the front, but the problem was I was using my RV has a system called Easy Touch RV Control, and they don't expose a lot of their data. A lot of their, like, what systems they're using, what their calls are, what their, whatever, all the technical stuff for how to basically create your own app to control their software. There is an app, and there is a Wi-Fi enabled thermostat, but they don't reveal all that stuff in the documentation. So I got my AI once again to create for me this one, right? I believe it's the top one here. Which is using basically the same information that the Easy Touch RV thermostat is using. but I had a problem with the temperatures not matching up right. Like there's one temperature sensor in the middle of the RV, and so it can think that the temperature is okay and maybe it's hot in the front and cold in the back, and it won't turn the air on to cool the front down because the sensor in the middle of the RV thinks that it's okay. So I thought, well, hey, can I get it to make this work just like we do in the winter, where it uses the Govee temperature sensors and turns the air on or off based on that? So I did a little experiment for a little while with that, and that was this. Now, this is stuff that I've done over the last, week or several days that I was kind of doing on my own. It took all of that and merged it all together and got my got this stuff working, is the best I could say. But then I had it make this pretty one, and so now it looks like this. Way better. Same button. Like I can turn the light on over my desk. I can lock or unlock the door. I can turn the porch lights on or off. The air conditioner has a module that I can set the temperature, and I can say whether I'm running an AC, heat pump, furnace, space heaters in the winter, or fan only, or just turn it off. And it will keep track of all of this for me, and it will automatically turn the system on or off based on my settings. And that might seem like, oh, not a big deal. But now this is customized for a 2006 RV. Like 2006, before smart devices was even a word, even a twinkle in anyone's eyes. So I just thought that was super cool. I wanted to show you. I did that from a picture, and then I had it adjusted and make a phone version like this, which ends up looking, let's see if I can get it on here, which ends up just looking like this on my phone. There, on my phone. So there's me and my wife. We're both home. Here's our battery status. Here's the time. Here's the forecast and the current outside conditions. And then here's our RV, the same thing. And on our phone, we can just, touch these buttons to turn lights on or off, to open, unlock, or lock the door, to control the air conditioners. Then there's bed and rope light. And then this is a battery status, and these blink. If I get down to 10%, it'll turn yellow. If I get down to 5% battery, it'll start blinking at me, and that'll tell me that I need to replace the battery in those Govee sensors, which they last months and months and months. But anyway, I thought I'd show that to you, that is just like something super cool that I did using AI based on a picture. There's not a lot to see here. I don't want to make you crazy dizzy, but in the end, we got it all done. I think the last thing I said is to, somewhere on here, I think I told it a couple of changes. I was tweaking it, and then, here I said, can we make a vertical version that better displays on phones? And so that's what I did. Anyway, that's one way you can use AI, and I'm just talking to it. I'm not giving it any hard data. I'm not giving it any code. I'm not giving it anything. I'm just telling it, like, this is what I want. This is what I want to build. Can you help it happen for me? That's exactly the way I built several apps, including the app I'm using to record this right now. If you've ever used Loom or the similar things like that, do you know you're paying rent on your videos? You record a video like this, and now you've got to pay monthly to keep those on a server. If you record, I can't remember what their minimum is, like you could do 10 for free or something like that. But if you're like me and you're recording your screen pretty often and you're sending that to people, this is a great way to do that, and it doesn't cost a monthly fee. Right now, I'm looking for some beta testers. I have room for 25, and if you are a beta tester and you give me feedback that helps improve the app, if you're a beta tester and you give me any feedback, then when it goes live to the public, I will give it to you for free for the rest of your life. It's not going to be a subscription based. It's going to be a one-time pay, and then boom, you have the equivalent of Loom. And what's cool is when you close this, I won't show you on this video, I'll show you on another one, but it will automatically open into a YouTube upload, and then you just upload it to YouTube. You click a few buttons, and there it is. And now you send somebody that YouTube link. It's unlisted, so it's not sitting out there for the whole world to see if you don't want them to. But you can send that link to somebody, and they can watch it. And the storage is free because it's on YouTube. So that's two things that you get on this this episode of What Did I Do with AI Today. So if you're interested in that, I'll put a link in the description below if you want to be part of that beta, or if the beta is already over and you want to get yourself a copy of this and stop paying rent on your screen capture videos like this using Loom or other services similar to that. You can do this and not pay rent ever again. All right, I'm David. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.